is still looking very, very promising, but I'm worrying a little bit because I would want to build the other satellite uplink, but I'm desperately missing the last engineer. Alright. Still continue.
Satellite uplink complete.
That's the satellite uplink. Still no sign of an abduction mission.
Officer training school online.
No UFOs. Let's buy the squad size upgrade. We still need a captain in order to go to 6, but 5 is better than 4. I'm puzzled. Why exactly is there nothing happening? That must be a game bug. Okay, we're going for weapon fragments next because I want to go for laser weapons. I have never seen the second month only with 1 council mission. Basically, we are still short 2 abduction missions. There need to be 2 more UFO sightings, which is 4 missions alone, and there is probably a high chance for friends to low places, which is 5 missions in less than 10 days.
Commander, there's a priority 1 transmission coming in from the Council.
Now that is friends in low places, but where are the abduction missions? Like literally what's happening?
We are confident that you will handle this matter with discretion.
Okay, friends in low places is super straightforward. Could even do that with a group of 2. Maybe even single-handedly, depending on your character.
We're heading into China for the next operation.
Okay, so that will be a fast mission as well.
We'll need to get him back to the
Still worried
extraction
about
point in
this
one piece.
abduction
His former
mission.
employers, not to mention the invaders, will be looking for him.
Should definitely have
New objective received.
more UFOs and abduction missions. Super strange. Okay, let's get everyone into position.
I'm on it, Commander. Got it covered. Commander. Got it covered.
And Zeng, you're going to stay just behind here.
But he was taking offers from a variety of bidders.
One will be spawning here, and one will be spawning right
Receiving
next to
reports
the
of heavy
Mac.
X-ray activity in that area. Enemy forces are likely closing on your location.
See you in hell.
How is this even possible? He's standing next right to you, mate. Wow, so bad. But guess what? We still have the kinetic strike.
On my way.
Направляюсь на точку.
We'll go. I'm rolling. Got it covered.
Ясно. Буду начеку.
The job itself seemed trivial, delivering equipment to a predetermined drop point.
Headed there now. On my way. Moving out.
Поехали.
Come eyes on the prize. I'm on it.
Начинаю наблюдение.
Aye, aye.
Once saw this device, I began to fear the implications of our involvement.
Heads up, boys and girls. Intel suggests hostiles are headed right for you.
Good job. Wow, the first time that our mech is hitting something or someone. Just to be out of ammunition afterwards.
Good to go.
It still has 0 kills. That's... It starts becoming funny. The more I think about it, the more enjoyable it appears that he's constantly failing and getting kills. Specifically if our heavy, for instance, is like always doing a really decent job.
It's killing time.
Right, just going to remove the cover here. The heavy still has also grenade. Now I just want to reload her, and I don't need any grenades other than from the heavy.
Catch.
It's much easier, it clears a lot of line of sight issues.
Heading to that location. Locked and loaded. Heading to that location.
Yes, ma'am.
I've crossed many lines during my life, but now we all face a common enemy.
Перезарядилась.
Got it covered. Roger. I've got my eyes on. Good to go. On my way.
Yes, ma'am.
Affirmative.
Heads up, Commander. We've got an intermittent contact.
There's the
It's
muton.
different from the others.
It certainly is different.
Realigning optics. Target still up.
sights.
Поражена.
Right.
Neutralized.
Будет жарко. Приготовим фарш.
Oh, he's clearly unhappy about this rocket. Come on, bro. Seriously?
Going to need ammo.
He's shredded. How could you not kill him?
X-ray neutralized.
I suppose he just doesn't want to have any kills.
Moving.
Solid copy.
Выхожу.
Ammunition loaded. Reloaded. I'm on it, Commander. Oh yeah! Let's rock!
Let's start to get Zhang to the extraction zone.
Ясно. Буду начеку.
Just received some intel that hostiles are advancing on your location. Ready up.
Wow, our support is really doing a great job. I like him. Well, I guess that was the first kill.
No longer a threat.
I'm on the move.
Иду. К бою готово.
Roger. I've got my eyes on Overwatch.
I'm on it, Commander. Heading to that location. Ready to engage.
Ясно.
Affirmative.
Начинаю наблюдение.
There should be one more one more thin man right here, and that's about it.
Hostiles approaching your position.
Hey, it's Harp. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, I was wrong. There are two. But that doesn't really change effect. Right, so let's try to still give him promotion. Well, I do have an idea. Like, trucks could explode. So that is probably a secure kill. Indeed, game mechanics for the win.
The device and our contact are secure.
So that's friends in low places, and we got ourselves just another heavy. And with Zhang, we do have one of the best heavies, if not the best heavy, at least at that stage in the game. Huge hit point pool, average aiming.
Didn't leave anything to chance, and it paid off. Excellent
Perfect.
work, Commander.
So. And we start to level our assault as well. That's good. Now I am a little bit concerned, and I'm honest with this. We are still under 30 engineers. Like, we had 0 abduction missions this month. We just had 2 council missions, and that is not normal. And 0 UFOs. Something fishy is going on.
Commander, our satellite is prepped and standing by for launch. We are ready to deploy it on your orders. Commander, our satellite is prepped and standing by for launch. We are ready to deploy it on your orders.
Also, there is a fixed event for a terror mission, which would happen as of right now. So we are missing the terror mission, we're missing the first abduction mission, the second abduction mission, and we are also missing like at least 2 UFOs. And I'm just not sure why that is happening to us. Zarb, of course I can name one of the soldiers. Like, whom would you like to have? I suggest our sniper, who's currently called Lime Kennedy, an Irish guy with 21 kills and reasonably high aim. One from Denmark. I don't know, dude, we don't have someone from Denmark. We have someone from Sweden. I guess that will do. That's Norway, sorry, but yes. Alright, so that is Sorp. We can't give him a call sign so far. What do we call him? Zarp the Dane. Congratulations, you just became one of the most badass assaults in the game. Damn, why exactly are we not receiving any abduction missions? This is far from normal. I'm a little bit concerned about having a game state which is, I don't know, out of the norm. I mean, we had 7 missions in the first month, but I've never, which is more than I've had so far, but I've never had like 0 abduction missions, 0 UFOs in the second month. It just hasn't happened ever. I don't know. This just doesn't make any sense.
Satellite launched.
We still have additional satellites left. So I'm thinking about whether I want to have the bonus of South America. Like, we still have 2 more satellites to go, theoretically. Or if I'd prefer to go with Asia and start to claim Asia. I guess for abductions, that'll be nice because it's instant. But then again, we want to buy at least some of the upgrades here, and the foundry is coming up rather soon. I can't remember when I had the luxury of choosing countries on Impossible.
Nothing to report at the moment. Boards are clear.
This is so wrong. I'm puzzled. I guess let's go for Asia.
Satellite uplink facilities at maximum capacity.
This year will net us 2 additional engineers, which is also quite good. We currently need additional engineers. Right.
Incoming transmission.
And that's our report for April. I never ever had such a quiet April. We only had 2 council missions, which were the fixed spawns. We missed all of the other fixed spawns for whatever reason. I don't know. It feels very strange.
Remember, we will be watching.
Good. So with that being said, let's order additional interceptors. We are now also present in Asia. The only logical explanation that I do have for the sheer absence of anything in the second month is that something was not working out in the first month. We terrified them too much or destroyed them too much, but even that doesn't make any sense really. Okay. Let's focus at the task at hand. We want to buy a couple of items. We do have 1 satellite spare, so I'm going to go for 3 more satellites this turn. We are now at 30 plus engineers, so that's going to work out. We want carapace armor for our guys, that's for sure. We are also a little bit low on alien alloys, because we don't get UFOs. I wanted to raid 2 UFOs last month, but the game, for some reason, didn't allow it. Right, so thermal generator coming up. We're going to reserve this one for the foundry. And this here is the alien containment facility, and then we should be okay. I'll excavate this one for additional satellite uplinks, and then we're more or less okay-ish for now. We get a rebate on nearly everything that we're doing anyways.
Satellite coverage now available over Japan. Satellite coverage now available. Access lift operational. Africa.
So let's start excavating level 3. Okay, so there are the first abduction sites
in
now.
progress. The locations are marked on the hologlobe.
Okay, we want to go to Asia. We definitely want to take it this turn. So I'm going to let that one pass. We have enough engineers. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. Secondly, South America only has 2 countries, so I'm going to ignore that as well. But we could use some scientists, and I want to keep the panic low in the United Kingdom. So I guess that's it. But before we go into it, let's buy some upgrades. I definitely want to already get the will bonus. That's one of the most important upgrades. And I want to get additional XP because we want to go to squad size as soon as possible, and getting additional XP is very important for that. Secondly, let's shortly look through the items. We do have enough of most of the items. Going to get 1 scope for my sniper. All of this is fine, don't need anything here. So let's go for the abduction mission in the UK. Right, that's okay. She's okay, she's okay. He needs to take the scope. And now let's start by giving all of them the new armor. Alright. Good, so we do have a well-rounded team. Medkits, good armor, a mech. That shouldn't be any problems. I don't know, Zarp. I am a little bit disappointed that it was supposed to be like a super hard month number 2, but I did extremely well in month number 1. We had an overproportionately high number of missions. So the base, I guess, advanced already at a pretty rapid pace. And I don't know if the game has any stalling mechanism or whatever, but we had 0 abductions in the 2nd month, which also led to pretty low panic overall. So as you can see, most of my countries are not even remotely panicked, and even in Asia, like there's a fairly high confidence in all of the countries currently. Like, for instance, take Australia, right? So I can even ignore Australia in this abduction mission, and it's not going to hinder them in any case, because Australia is just like at 1 currently in their panic rating, which means literally they will even stay with us, although we have ignored them.
Есть, выполняю.
Moving to designated position.
Good. Let's not underestimate the map, because it's a very small map, and we played on very hard. So there are a couple of... I expect that there is going to be sizable amount of aliens in here. The first pack's probably behind here. No, we were lucky. So let's not overdo it with our moves. Just want to get the meld, and that's basically about it. Getting all of the guys into position. Sniper can still retain his position. All of the others have very nice positions there. So I suppose we will get a couple of thin men, at least that's what it sounds like.
Good to go. In hand, Commander.
But thin men do not worry me as too much, because I do have my very reliable mech with me. So it's a little bit the counter for thin men once it's strong enough.
Есть, выполняю.
Good, let's just improve the aiming angle here of my sniper.
Moving to position.
And let's shortly see what we are dealing with. Like, I would be so interested what's happening down there. Battle scanners have a huge disadvantage though.
On my way.
They only scan the level where you're currently on. So if you're throwing them on a different height or altitude, they will not give you any display of the location. All right. So I'm not so particularly interested in going here at the moment, because that will definitely trigger. I much rather want to take this area together with my guys. Let's just move up calmly, steadily. So this here is nice full cover. Can take this one here also as nice full cover. I like it. And sometimes even half cover is good.
On it.
Okay, so that's fine. I guess down there's going to be a huge party of aliens.
Eyes open.
Pretty much that's what I thought. So 3 mutants with heavy plasmas and 3 thin men with light plasma rifles. Just having something on top of my head, and I'm not sure if I can really pull this off, but if I could, that would be awesome. Right, so these guys will retain here. Hopefully the thin men also retain. Well, so much for my super plan of hitting 6 guys at once. I guess we'll deal with these guys first.
Perhaps we should try to avoid those tentacles.
Of course we want to avoid these tentacles. Like, whenever wouldn't you want to avoid tentacles? So the Seekers just went into here, and I need to use my second battle scanner to uncloak them. Here we go. Heat ammunition for the win. That is a direct critical hit for 9 points of damage.
Got it. Come get some. I feel, Commander.
So I guess the second one is still behind there. It hasn't advanced, but it will advance now. There it is.
Смотрим по сторонам.
Our heavy's really doing a good job in killing these. Blarkonk, I am even going to continue playing after I succeed. But it's nice that you can think of scenarios where you wouldn't want to avoid tentacles. I felt this, the statement of her was like, thanks, Captain Obvious, for stating that we want to avoid the tentacles of these aliens. Duh. But, okay, so there's a group of three thin men there, and there's still the group of the mutants down there. Let's just get into a little bit better position. I don't want to fight here in this house. That is a that's a false friend in my opinion, because all of the cover is destructible, and once they are getting close enough to destroying it, you are basically standing in the open, and most of the time that ends up with you mercilessly dying. But instead, what I want to do is get my sniper into a decent position. Thinking about, unfortunately I still do not have the grappling hook. Like if I go here, it's still outside of cover, and I think there's a vision range. Going here is definitely a pretty bad decision. It has decent vision, but also like super exposed. But it's nice for the in order for the whole aiming angle. Like maybe I'm putting her here, and then we do have the full option to go for all of these three thin men. I want to abuse the squad side as much as possible.
On Overwatch. Got it covered. Overwatch, aye aye.
Let's reload. Now they are back at the original position, which I enjoyed because maybe it's too large for him, but this here is a nice area of explosion, and if I could fit a rocket into this area, which could hit all of them at once. If you ever heard me saying the name, the term value rocket, that definitely would be one of the value rockets, maybe the mother of all value rockets. Is this triggering? I guess yes. Instead, let's go here. That's still through cover. Probably he will have a line of sight, and I'll be okay. I still wait this one more round, because landing that rocket could deal 36 damage, and that would definitely be worth it. Well, so much for landing this rocket. Good job, mate, good job. I guess one day you will hit one of your Overwatch shots. So let's start with the obvious. We don't want to give them the opportunity to hit us. And this here... this here, right, would kill all of them. So that's our backup plan B. Interesting to see how our squad side sniper again has no line of sight. That is very unfortunate. I don't like it. Let's see if we can get a decent flank. He could still use suppression in case really everything else fails. I see. Okay, so this here, this line, this here would be a straight flank to one of them. Since he's immune to poison, I don't really care all that much of them spitting here, so the AoE damage is none of my concerns currently. He doesn't have enough ammunition for collateral damage, or does he? Like, that would be an equivalent... No, he can't do it anyways. He doesn't have the ammunition. Let's try to kill this guy. Okay. So, let's try to get a flank on the second one. Pretty sure we are not triggering anything. There is also no peg here. And no peg here. So let's get a flank on the guy on the backhand side. Wow, pretty good. I like it. Now, if only our squad side sniper would do what he's supposed to do, and by that I mean having line of sight and killing stuff, then this would already be a done deal. Good, so we would have the option to suppress or take a 70% shot. We would also have the option to so this one is a 70% shot. Without half cover it would be a 90% shot. No, I'm torn because I want to save the rocket, like really want to save it, and I could use Shredder rocket and then take a 90% shot, but I know this game and 90% might sound like it's a done deal on paper, but in terms of XCOM 90% is just as likely to miss as any other percent number, at least that's my experience.
Ловите! Враг обнаружен.
What? Okay. Okay, bro. You've just successfully triggered 3 mutants. Well, let's just, for the sake of maybe surviving, put a little bit of smoke grenade here. I have the distinct feeling that they will come for us. Alright, so they won't. Let's then think through where they are. Like, one is here, and I can't see where the others are. Let's take the one with the longest movement. So, but with the farthest movement rather. Like, there's one. There's the second one. 1, 2. I guess all of them are hugging the wall distinctively. 1, 2, 3. Here. All of them are here. Now let's think theoretically if someone would be crazy enough in blowing this here up. Probably wouldn't hurt them all too much. At least I guess. That one here would be badass. Like this one. Oh wow, I even had a shot. That would be 4 damage on them. Let's think. So 4 damage on them means they all still have 6 more hit points. Damn. Finally. So that would probably at least hit 2 out of 3 of them. And it would mean they still have 6 hit points, which would be the equivalent of 2 grenades. I'm somehow not 100% sold on this whole idea. Okay, so again, one of them is here, one is here, and one is here. Which means if I hit this, I will hit all 3 of them with a very high % chance. And afterwards we can slowly start to clean up.
Охотно.
This is not year 2, that is, we are in month 3 currently.
I don't think we're alone out here.
No, I don't think so either. Alright, so this guy definitely could go here without
Copy that.
triggering anything. Oh, yeah. Bro, you have had one really good shot here. Like this one. Perfect. Why can't you do this immediately?
Frag out.
Okay, so with the Shredder, it's 4 damage even for both of them. Very agreeable result, in my opinion. Let's get out of line of sight, if there is no need for us to be in line of sight.
Heading there now. On my
And
way.
just reload for now.
Back online.
The Heavy still has a grenade, so we can at least kill 2 of them currently.
Что за шум? Вражеские войска.
Indeed, it is Max. We are not playing Long War, mate. We are playing the vanilla game here. And that is a squad of 5 and not squad of 6 that you're currently seeing. Which is at the end of month 2, at least if you want to survive the game on Impossible, that is rather the norm and not the exception, I would say. And in terms of satellites, we're currently going for the 0 losses challenge, which includes like losing 0 countries. And in order to achieve that, you definitely need to have as many satellites as possible. Okay, so that'll take care about the floater.
Moving to position.
There's still a remaining floater. But I don't want to go here, because then we are in range of the mutants. I'm considering my odds currently.
Headed there now.
He could be on Overwatch. I could kill this floater, like, literally by hitting it with collateral damage. It's up to 2 damage, but it should kill him. But then again, should doesn't mean it would.
Выхожу.
That's a fair shot as well. Let's shortly check where the remaining mutants are. They are down here and here. The third one is probably somewhere around, I don't know. Both of them could be killed with a grenade though. So that's a 60% shot. That's another 60% shot. He's in full cover. The mech could take 1 hit of a floater. I just need to make sure that this guy up here dies. So what's his HP? Enough to take a shot of them. And he's in full cover. So let's start with the assault. Alright, luckily he did his job well. He will be on Overwatch. I guess I'll take him in order to make sure that these guys regret their decision to stand there. So there's 1 and 2, so I need a grenade which is covering at least up to this space. I guess it's barely outside of this of the range. So there is a grenade throw. We do have time. They will not just start engaging on us. Instead, I'll be on Overwatch. I'll be on Overwatch with him as well. And I'm thinking about taking her out of line of sight completely. Which I think I'm going to do, because the floater has severe problems in hitting targets in heavy cover. And we will still get probably 2 Overwatch shots off. The first one. Oh, there are all of the missions, at least the closest ones are in the highlights, mate. And I even have a YouTube channel, so by all means feel free to visit both of them if you want to see the prior missions. Yesterday we had a very nice run, and probably the closest mission that I ever aired. It was hilarious. But I dare you to watch it. It is in Season 2. For those who were in the channel yesterday, they know what I'm talking about. Like, it was really, really close. Okay, so I want to get rid of the mutants, that's for sure. But I want to get rid of the floater as well, and he's giving me a hard time finding him. Just withdrew. So one of the guys is here. There's one mutant, there's the other one, and I just want to have a grenade which hits both of them. But for some reason my heavy decides that it is impossible to throw this grenade. What am I supposed to do? Why isn't she willing to throw the grenade? Oh, there's this on the floater at least, which means we could have, of course not. Since when would our sniper ever have line of sight? That's a solid shot though. But it would be even more solid if I would go here. It should be a flank. Or not. That would blow up the crane, but the shovel in the front is not exploding, so it won't deal enough damage to outright kill it. Any other suggestions, Sherlock? Maybe we can go here and see if that's also line of sight. It is, and it's a solid shot. Which of course doesn't mean that it necessarily needs to hit. Good. Let's ignore the mutants for a second. Let's just reload. They'll not approach us in the round anyways, because they are still hugging the wall and waiting for us to approach us. So here's one. The other one moved now as well. They're always moving. So there's one. There's another one. And I guess the third one's just in the corner. So all of them are still down there. But they are giving me a hard time tossing grenades down there. How many grenades do I still have? Like, that's the only one, right? Okay. Let's also think that through. So what would logically be the place where I would have line of sight? The other side. But moving there means I need to go through cover. Not going to happen. Let's approach them from this side, because we will have full cover at least. And the grenade won't kill all of them, so we need to sooner or later anyways deal with the fact that we are going to approach them.
Affirmative. Moving out. Good to go.
Right.
Solid copy.
Now they are moving again. Wow, they now finally positioned completely in this corner. Right. Okay, that should hit 2 out of 3, at least. Okay, matter of fact, only 1 died, which means the second grenade was hitting a different target than the third one. So one took 4 plus 4, which retains him with 2 more hit points, and the other one took 4 plus 3, which means he is down to 3 hit points currently, all of which is instant kill for all weapons. So I like it.
Will do. Yes, Commander. Affirmative. Scanning the watch. Got it covered.
3 floaters, 3 mutants, 2 seekers. Totals up to only 8. Which is a little bit... and 3 thin men, which then is 11. So I guess that's the last pack.
I'm on it, Commander. That's affirmative. Heading out. Stepping off. Got my eyes on him. There's something out there.
I only hear mutants. Wow, he was at full health, really. Okay, so all of the grenades missed him, and also the rocket has missed him. That's Blood Call. Alright, the show is on. They did a crucial mistake, however. They took cover at the car. They shall not take cover at the car, because the cars can explode. All right, so I'll name your Dane Deadline once he has a nickname. He's currently just Corporal Zarb the Dane.
Based on this substance.
Alright, so we take then smoke, because fuck it, psionics will not hurt us at the moment, but shots certainly will. Opportunist, there we go. Good job. Now that was some interesting first mission. Let's look at the overarching situation. As I said, like Australia, even though we ignored it, they are fully on board. Like, doesn't matter that because they were at one panic before. We are going to conquer South America this month. Satellites are okay. Satellite uplink is okay. I'm waiting for beam weapons next, and let's take a look shortly. That here will be alien containment facility, excavation, everything's by the numbers. I like it. We could use a little bit of help with the laser weapons, and the other upgrade that we definitely want to go for is, let's sell a couple of these thin men, and we want to go for 6-man here, squad size 2, finally.
Thermal generator online.
Still nothing to do. We do have sufficient amounts of engineers, that's all fine and good. Satellite uplink is building, we have sufficient satellites. Finally. So, in order to be capable of holding up with the aliens, I am very tempted to go for heavy lasers, because our fighters will then finally be able to shoot them down. But I'm going to prioritize xenobiology, experimental warfare, and afterwards capturing aliens.
To support the research team, Commander. I've already put the new recruits to work in the...
Yeah, that's okay. Let's go on. So that is finally the alien containment chamber. Now we don't have South America so far, so I'm not going to bother with all the autopsies at the moment. But I'm going to go for experimental warfare next, so I can build the foundry and upgrade our soldiers to 2 items, which is definitely needed. And I'm also thinking about building the containment as a priority right now. And here, that would be the place for the foundry on the right hand side, so it's still connected. Okay, experimental warfare will net us some nice benefits, including upgrades for our interceptors, and it also gives us the foundry itself, which we will need right now.
We have a secure transmission coming in from the Council, Commander.
Okay, so a target escort in Australia, which is nice. Panic reduction is always welcome to scientists, and a nice monetary reward. Australia itself, after failing the abduction mission, is a little bit in panic, so we can even reduce it. That's so funny. Oh my god. Let's get some laser weapons, shall we? I don't need Alerium at the moment. We'll get it via the UFOs. We can go down to 1 here. Thin Man corpses are for advanced medpacks, but we don't need that at the moment. Mutant corpses are needed for the foundry upgrade of reloading. Seeker Rex we are not going to sell. And I wish I would have had the terror mission, so I finally would have also chrysalid corpses, but I guess that's just a wish. And that's really a problem. I mean, that is unfair. I would have had 2 UFOs last month. Again, nothing came. Like, we are super short on alloys. I cannot even build upgrades, and we're still dealing with our normal weapons, I guess. Until Exalt comes around, and